So we're going to start with water. We're going to break it apart into hydrogen and oxygen because unlike the astronauts, I don't have a tank of hydrogen and I don't have a tank of oxygen. I'm going to make my own hydrogen and oxygen. And so we're going to store that hydrogen and oxygen in these little canisters. Actually, it's going to be stored inside this little bell jar. Okay. So we're going to create the gas. The gas is going to come through this tube and fill this little bubble full of gas. And then when it gets completely full, it will probably have some extra, and so we might see some bubbles coming out. The top of this fuel cell is marked O2. Mm-hmm. We're going to flood the O2 side, and all we have to do is to put that up, butt it up end to end, and squirt it in until it squirts out the top. Now, there are only two rules that we have to worry about when we're using the fuel cells. And the first one is always use distilled water. Okay. The second rule is to always connect red to red and black to black. We flooded our cell, and we're actually going to use the hydrogen fuel cell to do electrolysis. Now, it's not necessary. In fact, a lot of junior high or high school kids can do electrolysis on their own with just a battery. But we're going to actually use the fuel cell. So it's reversible. Okay. So first of all, we're going to add electricity to the fuel cell, and that's going to break the water apart into hydrogen and oxygen. And then afterwards, we'll disconnect the battery, and then we'll use the gases that we've made to power the motor. Okay? So right now, we have to add water to our cups. And we want it to about the 0 line. So I'm going to let you go ahead and connect the battery now. Red to red and black to black. Okay, and now, are you ready? Yes, big excitement here. Turn it on. Did you see the bubbles?
Yes.
Well, that's about as exciting as it gets. We know we're making gas because we're getting the bubbles to come. Which one made the most gas? The hydrogen. And it actually makes twice as much gas as the oxygen because it's H2 and one O. So now it's time to make the hydrogen fuel cell do some work. What we're going to do is make the fuel cell now take the hydrogen and oxygen gas, and just as it took energy to break the water molecule apart, when the water molecule is put back together again, that energy is released. Okay. And so here's the black, here's the red. I'm going to lift this up just a little bit.
There we go.
You can hear it running. And catch it. Don't let it fall off the table.